Alright, no script, no talk sprites, let's go. Okay, so some preface for those who don't know what the hell Dragon Booster is, it's not a good show. I'll just flat out say it, but it's a good show to me. It's basically Canadian CGI anime about racing dragons, and I was obsessed as a kid, and mildly as an adult. I still go through phases where I'm the whole rewatch of Dragon Booster sounds very, very good. So, I decided, why not make it more modern in its designs, and make it what's the word? I can't think of the word! Magical Girl anime! I couldn't think of the words! So, I started out with Artha Penn, who is the main character of the show. He's also the secret identity, titular character, the Dragon Booster. Wow, who would have seen that coming? And you can see me try a bunch of different designs here. I really didn't settle on one until I got closer to the end. I tried a few jacket designs, I experimented a bit, until I finally found the pauldron look with the single pauldron, and then it was just a mess. I can't remember what I was thinking here. I think in this first draft I gave him just one bracer, which is insane, and then I go for the shorts. What look am I going here for? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I was going for. But ultimately, I decided to change it, give him some boots. I can't remember if I stick with this design or not. Obviously I'm recording after the fact, and my cat is standing on me, please help. And so I'm obviously recording after the fact, and okay, so this brings me into what I wanted. So I knew from the get-go that I wanted to do a Madoka Magica thing where everyone has a gem and it allows them to transform into their superhero alter identity. Which, fan-fucking-tastic. No one's ever done that before. I am the one who uses transforming jewelry, not you. And the star wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me at all. My cat is still standing on me. Get off, Cleo. And this design was a good starting point, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted, So I started over, and I feel like I had much more cohesion this time. I struggled with the hair a little bit. I made it more I don't want to say Danny Fenton, but it's Danny Fenton, the top half of his hair. And I gave him some cheek marks, because in this alternate universe where everyone is a magical girl, I don't know, should I call this a reboot that I'm making? But anyway, so in this reboot, yeah, we'll call it that, if you bond highly with your dragon evolves. That's canon. Your dragon evolves and grows larger and gets new markings and all kinds of stuff. It's like fucking Pokemon in this shit. So anyway, I'm having it to where when you're close to your dragon and they evolve, or at least start the process and their markings change, you develop markings. So I just thought that was a fun little thing to give Artha cheek marks to signify his bond with Bo. Also, oh my god, what is this hand? Please tell me I erased that. Oh, I don't. Oh no. So I tried to fix whatever the fuck is going on here. I was initially going to replicate his stock vector, his just basic pose you find on the wiki, but I just could not be bothered to draw a helmet. Fuck it, no, absolutely not. And I thought about giving him some scars on the side of his face, but Neon Inu is doing a Dragon Booster reboot, and I didn't want to steal their designs just wholesale, even though they are fantastic, and you should absolutely go watch and follow and subscribe. I don't know, whatever the fuck social media you're using. If the Neon Inu is on it, go subscribe. But also subscribe to me, do that first. So anyway, I went with the shape motif for these characters and their gems, and I went with diamonds for Artha, because the star was just not meshing with me. So, just basic color fills, I picked them from basically his original design, and I just threw them around wherever the hell I wanted to, because, why not? This is for funsies, let's have some fun. But I went with the, hinting that his design, at the gold draconium with the gold, and I think that's what the original showrunner's intention was. So yeah, here's my Artha design. So next up, we have Kitt Wonn. As you can see, I made a first design, and I didn't really like it. It was a good start, but it's not where I wanted to be with the design. And oh my god, I struggled so much with this hand. It was so bad. And I don't know why I wanted to recreate the original poses. I guess to make some form of, recognition when you see these designs. But holy cow, can I not draw. So I went with, a more sassy pose with, the hand on the hip. And thank God that you can rotate by a point in Clip Studio Paint. I wanted Kitt to be kind of skinnier in terms of, build. And there's me checking to see if my legs are too long, which they were. I imagine she's skinnier in build, and she absolutely rocks it. She is very confident in her body. And I think now is a good time to mention that all these characters in this reboot that I'm making are 18 plus. But I struggled with the face here quite a few times, and the hair, getting that right. Perspective's a bitch. But I like what I did with it. The hair I kept blue because I think that's really distinctive in Kitt's design. But you can see me trying out a few haircuts before I go back to the short pixie cut. And then I made her headband look different, and I gave her a matching earring to go with it. And then I practiced a bit with, giving her a turtleneck jumper. Jumper? Is that the right word? I don't know. But I went back to racing jacket, and I gave it more detail. Because Kitt just really strikes me as the kind of character that would wear a racing jacket. Racing in just a skin-tight jumpsuit doesn't seem to be very safe or practical. And I gave her gloves that were very reminiscent of the gloves that she has in the original show. Now, Kitt's a red draconium racer, so I was very tempted to go, reds for her design, and I was like, oh, fire theme. That's pretty representative of what dragon she rides. She rides the red dragon. But, Kitt's original design is a hot mess of colors. You wouldn't be able to tell she's a red draconium rider at all based on her just generic, okay, I'm not gonna call it generic, but based on her main design, you wouldn't be able to tell she's a red dragon rider. So I tried to stray a little bit with the colors, but I just went right back to them. I added white and black to give more contrast, and I went with an anklet for her gem that allows her to transform. And the first pass, it's wrapped around her thigh. I didn't like that as much for this design. So I went with an anklet, and I really like how that part came out. I imagine it's a magical chain made of gray draconium that won't break and will only come off if its owner, which is the person who can use the gem to transform, if its owner tells it to come undone. Now, I liked the high contrast between the neon green and the black, but I really should have made the toes of the boots black like I did in my first pass. But I do think the pink was also a good choice. I tried to give her more, she has a 5 on her hip in her original design, so I wanted to give her that, but I ended up putting it somewhere else. Not her vagina, by the way. I know saying, oh, I put it somewhere else is really bad. No, I put it on her fucking arm, as you can see. And I tweaked it a bit, made it more like an Alien 5, like some script. And I kept the purple eyeshadow that she has in the original design, as well as her green eyes. And when I made her nails blue, that's when the whole design kind of came together for me. Like, I thought her design needed something to be a little more cohesive, and just the blue nails really did it for me. Like, that was the winning piece, I guess. The winning move. And then here I struggle with a shape tool. I decided to give Kitt a triangle. Obviously red, because it's going to match her draconium color. But I decided to give Kitt a triangle to kind of show, like, her edgy, fiery personality. And, see, there I go with more red, but I ended up going with something more abstract, like, similar to the pattern on her leggings. And that's my Kitt design. I'm very proud of it. I just don't like her giraffe neck. So I forgot to record my Speedpaint for the Dragon Booster redesign. Oops. But here he is. I'll talk about him a little bit. He is very Chat Noir inspired in terms of like the skin type bodysuit. And of course I had to give him a titty window with the diamond theme from his gem, which they really need a name. Like, the gems need a name. But anyway, so this is what the Dragon Booster looks like in this Magical Girl AU. Yes, he still has bow. He still has his dragon. They just look different, I guess. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just play the game. So here we have the Fire Booster, which is Kitt Wonn's superhero form. It was never actually shown in the show outside of a painting on the wall in the Dragon Booster Academy. So I kind of just went ham with this design, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. First off, the anatomy gave me such troubles. Like, I just forgot how to draw while making this, and I was like really struggling. It's really obvious that I was struggling. I went with a very simple color palette. I wanted the blue in there to be like blue fire and really add some contrast and interest to the design. And I don't like how it came out. I think her expression is dumb. I don't like the skirt that you'll see here in a minute. I really struggled with adding like details to this without making it too over detailed. And I decided that instead of her gem being an anklet, I put it on her belt like the Dragon Boosters, because I feel like that when they're in their magical forms, their gem goes onto their belt, so that way it's more visible. I guess? I'm not sure. I'm still working out the lore for this. But I feel like this Fire Booster design really came out like superhero reject, but I tried to put some life into it as much as I can. I played around with the skirt being like supposed to be made from fire, and it didn't come across. Like, it just looks like a shitty blue skirt once I color it, and you'll see me play around with a bunch of colors. The main thing is that I wanted to play with the idea that your hair changes when you transform, because I want the change between Clark Kent and Superman, so to speak, to be more drastic than it is. So I gave Kitt slightly longer hair, and it's obviously a different color. Instead of blue, it's going to be the black and the red. I'm thinking that every booster's colors, their hair is going to be black plus their element's color. In Mordred's case, it's going to be black and purple, because black and black is just black. Not very interesting. So I also noticed that Kitt Wonn in her original design had these little ribs on the side of her boots, like these little, like, I guess ribs is the right word, but I decided to make them a motif of this outfit. And you can see me play around with the skirt a bit, trying to make it look like fire, and then I just make it blue and give up. But I play around with the color placement a bit. I like the gradients, like how it goes from like black to red to blue to white, like gradually getting lighter as the outfit goes down. And I really like the white boots. I think that was a good call on my part. I really wanted to make this design work for me. It really wasn't overall. Like, I gave her some stripes that glow, and just to solidify the whole living ember theme, and I keep trying with this stupid fucking skirt, and it just does not work out. So I just leave it blue, whatever, don't care, just giving up. This is the one that I'm most likely going to redo once I get the other designs out, so in part 2, expect a retake of the fire booster. And there you have it! I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. I did this without a script, and I still don't have a proper recording space in my apartment, so that's why the audio quality is very, echoey, I guess is the right word for it. But thank you for going on this design journey with me. I want to spread more love to Dragon Booster. Maybe get a reboot one day, for real, one day, maybe, please, God, please, God, please! So, yeah. You can follow me on patreon.com/wolfjaws. Just throw me a buck or two. I'm in the middle of revamping my Patreon, so I'm thinking of making it to where everybody gets everything for $3 a month, but if you are a $10 a month patron, then you get your name right at the end of my video like this. Special thanks to Plazasta, Trovarian, Radire, and Chairtastic. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.